We all love crocheting amigurumi, but let's be real. Sometimes it can be frustrating. Tangled hair, messy safety eyes, uneven finishes. Been there, done that. So today I am sharing 5 genius hacks that will literally change your crochet life. And just so you know, these tricks I use all the time. Some I discovered by accident, some were pure desperation. But believe me, they make our process way more enjoyable. Hey everyone, if you're new here in the channel, I am Bianca from Crocheniacs, and if you want to learn how to crochet amigurumi from scratch, or if just like me, you love everything amigurumi related, then this is the right channel for you. Hack number 1, alcohol to clean the safety eye. And the first hack that I have to share with you is clean the kawaii safety eye to have a plain safety eye like this one. A while ago, I bought those boxes with safety eyes, kawaii safety eyes, that I thought they were going to look cute in some amigurumi that I was crocheting. And they are cute indeed, but I ended up using for like 1 or 2 toys. And although they are very, very cute, I don't think they fit all the amigurumi that I have and all the designs that I create. But at the same time, I didn't want to waste all this safety eyes that I have in the box. But of course we can still use those safety eyes. And then was when I discovered this trick. My first test, I used a nail polisher and it ruined my safety eye. I will show you how it looked like. But then I tried with alcohol and it worked perfectly. I won't demonstrate cleaning one of those safety eyes here in the video because if I do that, I will ruin my own nails and it's something that I don't want to do, of course. But I have a sample here to show you. This safety eye I was testing and used the nail polisher, and you can see that it's completely opaque and it ruined the safety eye. I tried to even put some transparent nail polish to make it shine again, and it simply didn't work. I tried all possible tricks to restore the shine of this safety eye, but it simply didn't work. And we can see when we compare, I hope you can see it like this with the light, that this one looks perfect and shiny, while this one, it's very polished, while this one is opaque and it has an awful aspect. So again, instead of using the nail polish, which you have this ugly effect, you can just take a cotton pad and use alcohol to clean the safety eye, and you'll have a beautiful result like this with your safety eye. And just to illustrate, this was exactly what I did with this amigurumi here, because Stitch has this shiny dot in the corner of his eyes. Usually when we see pictures of him, this is how it looks like. And the safety eye that I bought, it came with 2 dots. And when I tried, I didn't like it that much in the amigurumi. So I simply took a cotton pad and put some alcohol in it, and I cleaned one of the small dots in the safety eye, and it looks very cute like this, as if the safety eyes came exactly like that. You see that this little hack looks like the safety eyes were bought already polished, and it's super easy to do. Hack number 2, the tweezer trick. Have you ever tried to stuff a tiny arm or a tiny leg of an amigurumi with just your hands? Well, let's just say that I have a solution for this: tweezers. The second trick that I talk a lot in this channel is to use tweezers while stuffing your amigurumi. And I have 2 examples here. This one is a straight and very sharp type of scissors. Honestly, this is the one that I use the most. I barely use this type, but I know a lot of people who prefer to have those curved tweezers here to stuff the amigurumi. It can be useful, yeah, depending on the shape or the amigurumi that you're creating, but at least for me personally, I like this one a bit more. Well, I have a box of whips here. I know there are lots of amigurumi in progress, but I have a purpose for them, believe me. And how do I use the tweezers? Well, whenever I have a bigger amigurumi piece like this one, this is a head of an amigurumi. This is quite easy to simply stuff the head and adjust the stuffing and distribute the stuffing evenly with your fingers, because we can simply put it here and tap all parts of amigurumi with our fingers. But sometimes we have a very tiny part, like a feet or, I don't know, the legs of a small toy or a small doll. Then the tweezers are extremely helpful. So let's observe this amigurumi piece, for example. I won't tell you what it is. It's still a secret. But I want to have stuffing very well distributed in this amigurumi. So my finger, even if I use my smallest finger, it simply does not reach the tip of this amigurumi. It comes, my finger is here. Because this part is too tiny, the stuffing won't enter here and it will be empty. We don't want that. So for small amigurumi parts like this is when the tweezers come, and they are extremely helpful, because instead of taking a big bowl of stuffing and try to put inside a small piece like this one, you can simply grab small balls of stuffing. Something that I like to do, and this is a trick that I teach in other videos here in the channel as well, I like to wrap the stuffing around the tweezers like this, and I insert in the small amigurumi part. Of course, if I simply take it off, the stuffing will come together, and this is not what I want. So I press it here, release the tweezers, let it a bit loose. So now the stuffing is not in the tweezer anymore, it's inside the crochet piece, the small crochet piece. And you can, with the help of the tweezers, try to squish this stuffing in this tiny part of your amigurumi. And now you see that this is not, of course I didn't put that much stuffing. Stuffing is until this part here, but you can see that now it doesn't look empty, it's firm. Because I was able to achieve some small parts in the amigurumi that I wouldn't be able with the help of my fingers. Hack number 3, bent tapestry needle. They are a game changer. And the third hack is to use those kind of bent tapestry needles to sew some amigurumi parts. It makes a huge difference, and this I won't demonstrate in this video because otherwise this video would be too long. And there are other videos here in the channel where I already not only talk about it, but I demonstrate how I use the tapestry needle to sew, for example, the head to the body of an amigurumi. For example, there is a whole video here in the channel dedicated to it, and I used this amigurumi as an example. I sewed the body to the head. Yeah, not the opposite. It was the body to the head of the amigurumi. I teach all the steps very carefully in case you have some difficulties with that part, because I know lots of people struggle with sewing. You can use this technique to any amigurumi that you have, but I use this one to demonstrate, and you see that the sewing is perfect. You cannot see any flaw in this. And I always use this technique in my amigurumi. And for this one, to sew this amigurumi here, since I use fingering yarn, I usually use this smaller size of tapestry needle. But let me show you the bigger one. You see that there is a small curve in the tip of the tapestry needle. And this is, it seems simple, just a tiny detail, but it makes a huge difference when sewing head to the body or body to the head, for example. For some amigurumi parts, like the arms of this amigurumi here, and even the ears, I used the straight tapestry needle type because I don't think it makes such a big difference. But for bigger parts like head to the body, body to the head, this one can be extremely helpful. This cute kit here is from Tulip. I bought it, I think last year. Yeah, it's from Tulip. I bought it last year. This is an accessory that was on my wish list for a long time, and I decided to purchase, and I have no regrets. I can leave the link of this product in the description because I bought it on Amazon. Hack number 4, water spray bottle for amigurumi hair. Well, have you ever finished the hair of your amigurumi and you looked at it and you were like, oh my god, I don't even know how to start placing it in my doll. It looks all curly and confusing, perhaps curly like mine. Don't worry, I will help you. I have a solution for that. I know lots of people struggle with all these strands of hair, and whenever we are crocheting, this one is supposed to be a straight hair, so it's a bit easier because they don't curve that much, although they do curve because you see that the tip of the strands are a bit curly, but this is supposed to be a straight hair. But whenever we crochet, especially curly hair for amigurumi dolls, it can be messy, and when we see the hair like this, it's like, oh my god, it's so confusing. And I know crocheting hair demands a bit of patience. It's not difficult. It's not supposed to be difficult. But for example, with this hair here, it's for an amigurumi that I'm still working on. As I mentioned, I want it to be straight. And it's curving because it's completely normal. The stitches do that. So what we can do to make those strands of hair straight and avoid this curl. So in order to fix this issue with the hair, you can either use EVA boards or foam boards. I think foam boards are even better, but honestly, I don't have any here with me. And I took a piece of cardboard to demonstrate. So what do we have to do? You simply place the hair in the foam or EVA, any material that you have. You place the hair and you will organize each strand of hair in this material that you're using. And in my case, I am using the cardboard because it was the only thing that I had. And it works. You will see that it works. So we'll take a box of pins. You see, pins are amazing. And you will pin all strands of hair in your material. I'll call material because I don't know which material you're going to use, so I'll call it material. And you just pin one by one. This cardboard is not so thick, so it's not the best. You can see I am placing all strands of hair here. And when we do that, you see that they are not curling anymore, they are straight. You simply do that with all the strands of hair, okay? I won't do with all of them because I just want to demonstrate. And once you do that, once you finish doing that with all the strands of hair, you take a spray bottle like this one. I use it for my curly hair, to be honest. And you will simply spray. This is just water. There is no material here, okay? And you will spray like this. You can see that it's wet. You can just leave it like this for a couple of minutes or hours. Of course, it depends on the weather, until it dries. And once it dries, you remove pin by pin, and you will see that this hair is straight. These curls won't be here anymore. Well, and since we talked about hair in our tip number 4, tip number 5 is use a bigger crochet hook for the hair of your amigurumi doll. We amigurumi crocheters tend to have very, very tight stitches. Why? Because we don't want stuffing to come out of it when we are closing our amigurumi. So whenever we crochet head or body or any amigurumi part, our stitches are super closed. But it's an issue when we are crocheting hair, for example, or clothes for amigurumi, depending on the clothes. And when we are crocheting dolls, we don't want the stitches to be that closed. Instead, we want the hair to have volume and movement. This is usually what we want with hair. I don't want my hair to be like stuck in my head. I want movement.
My hair is like beautiful spaghetti.
That's the same idea. So my advice for you is, 1, you either lose your tension a little bit more when crocheting the hair, or if it's hard for you to lose your tension, like you cannot control your tension that well, use exactly the same yarn that you crocheted the body of the amigurumi, but you change the size of the hook. So let's look at my Lilo doll here. I used Hobby Yarn Friends Cotton 8/4, and for the doll itself, I used a 2mm crochet hook size, but for the hair, I used a 2.2. If I used a 2.5, it would also be okay. But go up one size on the crochet hook. If you use the 2 in the body, use a 2.5 in the hair, for example, with the same yarn, of course, because then your stitches will be a little bit loose and the hair will have movement, and then it will look like it fits the head of your doll way better. Believe me, the difference is insane. Well guys, these 5 tricks saved me already a lot of frustration when it comes to having a perfect amigurumi in the end, and I hope you like them too. Please let me know in the comments, did you already know all these tips and tricks that I shared today? I would love to hear if any of those tricks were new to you, and if you have more tips and tricks to share with the community, I would love to hear them as well. Thanks so much for watching, and I will leave you this video here because I'm pretty sure you'll like it too.